All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Leave It Off the Court podcast, episode 2. As always, with myself, John Hammer, and Matt Rooney.
Hello, everyone.
Yep. So today we're going to be joined by a special guest, Charlie Lewis, but that's going to be later on in the podcast. Yeah, hit him with the boo. So first, we're going to have a discussion, which is going to be moderated by Matt, and that's going to be ranking the captains in order of how well they personally are going to succeed this season, not how well their teams are going to succeed.
All right, so on the first topic, so the NSL champion is usually determined by how well the other players complement and fit around the star. So David, Henry, Matt, and Nate all have solid pieces around them, maybe. But so Sam, you want to give me your ranking of who is in the best situation to sort of maximize their potential? Which star is in the best situation?
Sure. So at number 1, I think super easy to tell that Henry is going to be at his maximum potential this mini season. So first off, he has Chris, which is like he's just going to pass. Chris is not a shooter at all. He's scared to shoot. Henry is welcome to take those shots for Chris. Also, Zach is a team first player. He's not going to take too many shots, but he can take some of the workload off of Henry. And then Charlie's obviously the one person on the team that could get a little bit greedy, not sure. But Henry's really close with Charlie, so Henry will have no problem barking at Charlie to stop taking unnecessary shots. For sure. Number 2, I'm going to go with Nathan Greenstein. So Nate has like amazing team chem with his whole team. You know, he's got Ian super close with and Aiden. Ian's going to defer to Nate for the threes, for the mid-range. Also, Aiden can take some of the workload off of Nate, kind of similar to Henry. I think Nate will be in a good spot. Number 3, I have David. David has a great team, but I think him and Yegev are like the same person. So I don't know how well they're going to complement each other. Then last, I got Matt. I don't know, his team's a little bit iffy, like Kyle Bloom on his team. Grant could brick some shots. Hano, who knows? Hano's like super cocky, so he could just take a ton of shots, try to win MIP. So I'm Matt in last.
All right. So I'm gonna talk on your number 4 spot first because Matt's an outlier to my kind of system, my method of madness. So Rooney always performs well on NSL. We know it. We've seen it perform well with John Hahn on his team, legend, but can't fucking shoot a basketball. So I don't know why you would put Matt at number 4. He can perform with whoever. Give him Zhang, Zach, and Charlie. He'll still perform well, still be at the top of the leaderboards. And that's stats as well as championships. So that's just I don't know why you put him at 4. Moving on with Henry. Henry, how could you put Henry at 1 or 2? Henry's gonna be 3. Nate's gonna be 4 because Nate's not even a superstar. So I don't know why he's on this list. Nate or Aiden are interchangeable stars. No point in putting him on there. So I would put Vood 1, Henry 2. Sorry, Vood 1, Rooney 2, Henry 3. And I'm not going to put a 4th. I'm going to put it at that. 4th doesn't count. Rooney's obviously going to concede.
Emma, are you ranking these guys on how good you think each superstar will be, or how good you think they will be compared to? Like, how are you ranking these guys? Just the best player first. Is that what you're doing?
No.
Or are you doing it based on their situation? Who's the best situation?
No. Okay. Well, Rooney, you're an outlier. Okay. You don't need a situation around you. So you're hard to rank, okay? But Vood, I think will be put in a good situation because his other players can score, which means the defense will be taken off of Vood. Do you know what I mean there?
Okay, that is true. But aren't Yegev and Dorval both considered like ball hogs? And you guys probably the hardest to play with according to like the general sentiment around the league.
Yeah, but the thing is, when they're hitting their shots, Vood's still going to be able to score. So when you get points and you just keep piling on points, you're going to feed Vood. Vood's obviously going to be the number one guy on the team, and Yegev and Dorval both know it. So he's going to still be hitting his shots. I think Dorval especially will be feeding Vood. I think he has that idea that he needs to get the ball to him for them to win. And Yegev will be able to score at will on the second or third man guarding him. So when you keep piling on points, you can just keep feeding Vood as Vood's defender drifts away, keep feeding him for threes. I think that team will be very good, and I think Vood will be able to dominate on that team.
So you think the fact that Yegev can score at will help Vood?
Yeah, it's basic basketball knowledge.
Well, it'll mean they can't double Vood, I guess, is Hammer's
exactly.
point.
Every other star can be doubled, and you can, face your defense towards that star. Vood will.
And you think Yegev can score at will?
Yeah, against a 2 or 3 man, absolutely.
Hammer, last week weren't you saying that Yegev is not even close to being a star?
I was fighting for Yegev. Rooney was saying I was fighting for him.
Ooh.
That's not what you were saying behind closed doors.
Go watch the tape. Run the tape back. You'll see exactly what I said. Doesn't matter. Run the tape.
All right. I think for Henry, the big factor is Chris. I think if Chris can shoot well, and he's somewhat aggressive, I think Henry is in a great situation. But if not, I think Henry will maybe have to do too much.
Exactly. Chris cannot shoot, so he's left alone. That's a double team all day on Henry. You don't have to guard Charlie. You can kind of guard Zach. You can guard Zach in the paint. No one's drifting outside of the free throw line to guard Zach. And
hey, who's the leader of threes in 2015?
Right,
Chris Singh.
What year?
Chris Singh.
Okay, right. It's 2020. So I don't need that information.
Why not?
Because it's 2020.
It's possible. Hey, you never know. This is like a Derrick Rose situation right here. He's gonna come back.
Chris, I hope you do. I hope you prove me wrong, but it's not gonna happen.
All right. I want to hit on Nate a little more. I want to hit on Team Nate. So, Sam, you think Nate is in a pretty good situation to do really well? And Hammer, you think he is not. So, Sam, do you want to talk a little more about that, considering that team has not much shooting around Nate, and Nate could see some double teams?
I don't think it's even a remote possibility that Nate sees a double team. Because even in general, even if Nate doesn't have great teammates, people let him shoot because he can have some dry streaks, he can have some wet streaks. Nate's not a double team threat. Only pretty much Vood, Soup, and Matt face double teams. That's not gonna happen. And if it does, Nate's just gonna rack up those assists. This isn't just based off of scoring. Nate's gonna get those assists for sure.
So he can definitely feed Aiden for good. But Zhang and Ian, I don't know about their offense, but I guess we'll see.
We'll tell.
See. We ran a poll, and I think Vood and Henry were the top two.
Vood and Henry, yeah. I don't know why people aren't giving you the credit you deserve, though, Rooney. I think people just don't look at the stats. People aren't numbers guys. Kind of look Sam Thayer. He's a 2015 kind of guy, so he likes numbers, but he's not living in the moment. When you look at every year consistently, you'll realize Roon will produce no matter who's around him.
Hammer, do you have advanced knowledge of the stats for this coming season?
I can make predictions based off my models. I create models. I mean, I don't know what you do in your free time, but I'm able to create models that'll tell me how people will do. And, okay, tell me this.
Can you explain your model?
No. Do you think LeBron James will do well next year?
Yeah, he played really well in 2015.
What? Bro, he doesn't play Chris Ang hasn't played well consistently since 2015. That's the argument.
Chris Ang?
Chris, you're saying 2015 because Chris Ang did well in 2015, so he's going to do well this year. LeBron James has done well 2015, 2016.
No, I'm saying it's
comfortable this year.
Huh?
Chris isn't going to have Nor watching him. He's not going to have Julia watching
him.
Okay.
You can say it's possible, but you can't run predictions based off of a small possibility. It's not worth it.
Well, that's what you're saying you're doing with your so-called what
My models.
simulator, whatever. Yeah,
I'm a
model.
simulator. And it works. It's worked every other year. Been simming.
man.
Well, I'm
Alright,
not sure who
2016.
Chris Ang is, Hammer.
Huh?
I'm really not sure who Chris Ang is.
Chris Nig?
I don't know who Chris Ang is.
I don't know who you're talking about. Chris Nig, Chris Ang. We can go either way. Whatever Chris wants to be called.
All right, Hammer, it's Chris Ang. All right, we're going to break. Good work, guys. You actually said Chris Ang.
What's his name?
Ing? Like the, you guys, you
Like
said it
ING.
Oh, fuck off. Whatever, bro. Chris Ang. Chris Ang. Same shit. Chris Nig, baby.
All right, we got bicep. You ready to do?
Let's do myself. Ruin, you have those?
I have them. Don't worry. And that's trivia.
Bro, Ruin cuts out like every 3 seconds.
All right, guys. So we're back. Hammer's giggling.
Calm down a little bit.
We're gonna do our buy or sell segment. So I say statement, and Sam or Hammer will either buy that statement or sell that statement. So the first one, Sam, you want to start? Is Charlie will make a trade before the midpoint of the season.
I think that's 100% buy. Easy. He's already talking about making trades, so buy.
I'd put that at a sell. I think Charlie's big talk. I don't think he'll do anything. The reason for that is I don't think people are going to be willing to take Charlie's teammates for really, I don't know. I can't think of a good trade that people would be willing to accept from Charlie's team.
All right. We've got our little disagreement there. All right. So next one, a captain will be voted out at some point in this league. So Hammer, you want to go first?
Okay, I'm gonna let Charlie be voted out, and then it'll be someone else's team that can make trades. But yeah.
So you buy it?
Yeah, I'll buy that.
All right, Sam.
I'm gonna sell. I don't think anyone's gonna be that discontent given the nature of the mini league. It's like a super small league, short amount of time. I don't see it happening. It's rare to happen in the main league anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If like Yegev or maybe Zhang is captain, it's like sort of likely. But other than that, it's kind of the one bet is Charlie. But I couldn't see Chris in voting Charlie out. Like I couldn't see Chris voting anyone out. So
Yeah, or Henry. I don't see it.
That's fair.
All right. So next one, Andrew Dorval will make the All-Star game. There are eight spots. Will he be one of the 8? So Sam, you wanna tell me your thoughts first?
I think he'll be tough on his team. By that. I'm a big believer in Andrew.
Let's go.
I buy as well. Yeah, with 8 guys, I think Dorval has a pretty easy shot at it.
Yeah, I think he sneaks in. All right, next one. David Hamilton wins MVP. Hammer, you wanna?
So, I think Rooney, as usual, will rig the elections. He'll win it. David might have better stats, but Rooney will obviously take it home.
I'm going with. I don't know. This is tough, but I think I got to go with Henry for MVP.
Yeah, I can see that.
Henry needs to back up his talk this year.
Yeah, I think it's time for Henry. If that team finishes in first, I think Henry takes it. All right, final one. Eric Zhang makes more threes than Aiden Nugent. Sam, what do you think?
Easiest sell.
Easy sell.
Easy.
Hammer? Zhang takes like 4 times as many.
Yeah,
threes.
I'm going buy on that one. I think Zhang is just going to be hucking up shots like his fucking life depends on it. And Nuge knows his place. He's a big scorer, but he's an inside mid-range kind of guy. He's got mid-range like KG lights out. Zhang he doesn't have any particular shot, so he's got to keep checking them up till they eventually will fall.
All right. Quick buy or sell segment, Nishad, and we'll be right back after the break.
All right. After 2 good segments, we're going to bring in what probably most of you are here to see. We got Charlie Lewis coming in as a guest on the podcast. We've heard a lot about him from different sources around the league. He's here to defend himself. I know there's been some texts leaked. A lot of information has gone out. Will he be overthrown? Will he score a point? Will Charlie be a crucial member of the league this year? We're going to find out. Let's bring Charlie in here. All right. We have with us Charlie Lewis coming in hot from the basement. We're going to ask you a few questions. We'd love your honest truth. What you think about the league, the direction of your team. And, yeah, just give it to us straight, baby.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. So, Lewis, there's been a lot lately with you and Zach, that whole situation. What's the deal with that? Has Zach demanded a trade to you?
Well, I wouldn't say there's much of a situation at all. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was talking with my all-star, Henry Russo, yesterday, and I was like, what's going on with this guy, Zach? And he said it just seemed like a classic case of Rooney stirring things up. So he ended up calling Zach, and he said, oh, sorry, distraction. He said that Zach was he was just like, yeah, mostly he's just worried about his own minutes. And he said he never really demanded a trade or anything. It was mostly just Matt bloviating things and blowing things out of proportion. So shouldn't be an issue. I would say the biggest priority on my team is that we're going to have a good time. And I think that in having a good time, that's going to win us games, because if we're happy, we're going to be playing well. Everyone's going to be playing hard. Everybody's going to be playing minutes. It doesn't really matter.
Lewis, good answer.
So you are changing up your statement from Zach playing 8-ish minutes to everyone playing minutes.
I never said Zach was playing 8 minutes. I said Zach was playing 8 minutes when Matt made it seem like he was acting like a bitch, but in reality, he wasn't. He was just speaking his truth, and I respect that out of Zach. He's worried about his own minutes.
On the last podcast, Charlie, he did call you the worst player on the team. How does that?
He can think whatever he wants. I think he's the worst player on the team, and he can prove himself. I can prove myself. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Whoever's the worst player, we're just different players. We'll be getting through this anyways.
All right.
Charlie, so I got one more thing for you. What are your goals for the year, like in terms of like awards and then in terms of stats?
Chip.
That's it. That's the one goal.
Chip.
All right.
What numbers are you hoping to put up? You got anything?
Fuck cares, wins.
Don't care.
W's.
Right.
W's. We're putting up letters.
That is a changed man.
Yeah.
It seems.
Oh, the double doubles will come with the wins. That's all I'm saying.
Double doubles. So that's what we're looking for. All right. Do you think that's realistic? You think a double double?
Like in games where I'm playing more than 10 minutes, I'd say a double double is very reasonable.
All right, and I mean
the rebounds, I'd say almost automatic. The points, we'll see.
Cool. Sam coming hot.
All right, Charlie. So let's say it's like final 2 minutes of the championship game. What's the lineup looking like for you?
See, that's going to depend on how the season goes. We'll see. I don't know. It really depends on how the team plays together. We're in preseason, baby.
All right, how about season opener, final 2 minutes?
I don't know. We'll see how the game goes. Who am I starting? I'll probably start myself. I'm the captain, bro.
Who with you?
Fuck it. Let's say Chris and Zach.
You're starting Henry on the bench.
No, Henry?
Probably not. Russo will be in there. It'll probably be me, Russo, and Chris, but Zach will be coming in soon right after.
Fourth man of the year? Wait, so who ends it? Who's in at the most important time of the game?
I don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, not
Seems like a coach who can't make up his mind here.
Hey, think on my feet. That's what I do.
An unconfident captain, it seems.
It's all good.
Unconfident.
Yeah. Our other captains know their team. They've done their research. They know who's starting. They know positions. Just seems like you have other things to do.
I don't think they know their teams very well. They haven't played with their teams yet.
Yeah,
everybody's been locked up in a coop.
Research. It's fine. They know what their players can do. Seems like the other you. It's all right.
Charlie,
Hammer has no faith in me. I like to see that.
It's more you
I'll
as a
prove him
captain.
wrong.
It's you as I hope you do, but it's more you as a captain. I don't think you can produce as a captain. I don't think you can lead your team. That's it.
I'll lead my team just fine.
All right. I hope you do. I hope to see it.
Look at this.
All right.
Cute conversation between Hammer and Charlie right now.
Fine.
Charlie,
Lots of love there.
There we go.
What teams are your biggest do you see as the biggest roadblock to winning the chip? Who's your fiercest competition in order? You want to rank?
I personally, I worry about the physicality of the team with David.
Mhm.
I believe David, Cam, Yegev, and
Dorval.
Dorval.
Yep.
That team is gonna bruise you. They're gonna beat you up, and they're just gonna beat you all over. That team's gonna be very difficult to. I think we could do it. Lots of ball movement against them.
Yeah, move the ball, stay calm, rattle them. And then,
Take good shots. You got to get in their head. But
oh yeah, they'll be.
we'll have to get vocal Chrising. A rare sight.
I feel like you'll have a pretty big mismatch there against that team. Not you personally, but Henry matched up with David, and then when you have Gavin Dorval, who's matching up with them?
Well, Dorval's shooting 22% with no one guarding him, so I'm not really worried about that. And Yegev, he'll just get angry. Put Zach on him, CrossFit buddies. They got a little connection there. I don't know if we'll be able to go up in his face like he does against everybody else.
All right.
I feel bad for Cam. Cam might not.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna get very.
I don't know if that team's gonna look like that to opening day, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think.
You think there's gonna be a trade?
I think there might be a trade there. I think Cam might make a move.
Do you have any inside information on that, Charlie?
No inside information. I haven't spoken to Cam, but
who do you think would be
based off what Rooney said? Rooney said that Cam wants to move Dorval.
Dorval. All right.
He wants minutes. He's gonna have to make a deal for that to happen.
Who do you think would best suit that team for Dorval? Any players in particular?
Chris would
be
perfect.
I think they'd probably want a guard player like Chris, but I don't think I would move Chris. I don't think they have a player on that team that I would move Chris for, because I don't want Yegev on my team. He's a team cancer.
After the draft, Charlie should have taken Yegev. I don't know why he didn't over Chris. What are your thoughts on that?
Zach can have his opinions. Of course he's going to want Yegev. They live together. They do nothing separately. He needs some time away from Daddy.
Is there a big rivalry between you two? Because I hear a lot of Yegev coming out of your mouth.
He's just been kind of a pompous dick recently, but that's kind of par for the course with him.
Par for a lot of golf.
Just kind of the antics in the group chat. Hey, I'm going golfing soon, so
That's what I like.
He's like a fly who's around my head. He's just constantly making remarks that nothing adds to the conversation. When he does add to the conversation, it's great, but he's just saying dumb shit that just doesn't need to be said. So I'm annoyed, and when I get annoyed, I say things. I'm not the type to ignore someone, because even if it is the right thing to do, I'm not one to just sit down and be like, oh, it's not bugging me, because it's annoying. But
like that.
Nothing deeper than annoyance.
Good. All right. I think that's all we got for you, Charlie.
Any last words, Charlie, before we go to trivia?
What was that?
You got a final statement? Any last words?
I'm very excited for the season. I think my team is going to be run very differently than anyone else. We're going to work really hard. We're going to need the rest. I think we're not going to have enough rest, if anything. We're going to be tired. We're going to be working hard.
Tired players. All right.
All right. You guys ready for trivia? All right, guys. So we're back with trivia, final segment of episode 2. So the first question is, so year 1, only one player was not traded. This is shocking. One player was not traded. Who was that player? Oh, question. Text in your answers too. don't be saying
it's so hard.
This is very hard, but you'll be like, oh yeah, I should have known that once I see the answer. The captains were me, David HS, Hano, and then the ending captain was Jack, but it started out as so it was not me, Booter, Hano. Hammer said Rune, which is not what
the answer.
Okay, change it. I got 3 answers in. Sam said Chris, John said Chris, Charlie said me. You guys are all wrong. All 3 you were traded once.
I don't remember getting traded.
All 3, yeah, you were stuck on a.
I thought I was on Scrub Squad the entire time. Might have been Hano.
Yeah, for a tiny bit you were on Hano's team at the beginning. The answer is Aiden.
Valuable man first season.
Yeah. Charlie was a good guess though, because Lewis was traded once and it was just at the end. All right. So next one. So who averaged more points per game year 1? Aiden, Jack, Nathan, Fogel. Once again, who averaged the most points per game year 1? Aiden, Jack, Nathan, Fogel.
It's a lock.
Okay, we got 3 answers in. Charlie said Aiden, and John and Sam both said Jack.
Good answer, Sam.
I would think it was Aiden, but the correct answer is Jack. So
Damn
John
it.
and Sam.
Let's go.
All right. That's why we're the hosts and you're the guest. Good work.
Okay. Who won the regular season MVPs last year? So there are 2 of them. So I'm going to say the 4 options. So DHS and Soup, Matt and Soup, Matt and Josh, DHS and Josh. I can repeat those. So DHS and Soup, Matt and Soup, Matt and Josh, DHS
No,
and
one
Josh.
of them.
This one's a little hard.
Rooney, how'd you play last season?
Stellar as always.
I don't know. All right, so Sam's answer is in.
I gotta keep with my my Rune rigs the leaderboards.
He wants everyone to know he got MVP.
Okay, so Sam says Matt and Soup. Charlie says Matt
I
and
know
DHS.
Josh was.
Matt and Josh, and the correct answer is Matt and Josh.
Ooh,
somehow-
Emma.
Josh won
Welcome to my
MVP.
show, boys. Welcome to my show.
Damn.
Hammer is
Sir.
killing it right now. Charlie needs
What,
to
Hammer
come
has
back.
2 right answers right now? Or
Yep.
3?
Hammer has 2, Sam is
Got
1,
2.
Charlie is 0, and we got 2 more questions.
Go.
Okay. Which 2 teams played the opening in 2017 with the national anthem and everything? So Matt versus Hana, which was orange versus blue. Yegev versus Nate, which is green versus white. Or Nate versus Henry, which is red versus white. Once again, Matt versus Hana, orange and blue. Yegev versus Nate, green and white. Or Nate against Henry, white and red. It's coming in. Oh, Hammer and Sam both answered.
Good
Charlie
answer,
has
Sam. That's correct. It was an
All right.
honor to be a part of that
Oh,
team too.
no. Hammer and Sam said Nate versus Henry. Charlie said Matt versus Hana. You would think it would be Matt versus Hana because I played in like almost every opening game, but the answer was Nate versus Henry.
Game.
God damn. Striking out.
Bro, what's going on, man?
Mateo Greenberg taking a knee during that anthem, never to be
Oh
forgotten.
my god. Oh my god.
You got that video on the IG. All right, so Charlie's at 0, Hammer's at 3, Sam's at 2. One more question. This is worth double.
Hey, let's make this one worth 3. Let's make it worth 3.
Double, always double, always double.
Double.
This one's worth 3.
Whoa!
Hey,
All right.
Oh.
Hold on now. Here we go. Come
All
on.
right, come on, Charlie. All right, so year 1, the first captain that was voted out was Edie, Yegev, Chris, or Henry. Who was it? Once again, the first captain voted out in year 1. Edie, Yegev.
What do you mean by voted out? What do you mean by voted out?
So when the players vote the captain out and they picked a new captain.
Oh, okay.
Might be some red herrings in there. I don't know.
Who was the list again?
Who was the first captain voted out? Edie, Yegev, Chris, or Henry? So I have 2 votes in. Edie, Yegev, Chris, Henry.
Well, I remember that season, Henry was always like swimming at Crystal Lake or some dumb shit. So he never showed up.
Answers in.
Not Charlie. We're still waiting on Charlie. He's thinking about this.
Yeah,
Pretty
playing
sure
with
it was my team too, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Sam and John said Yegev. Charlie says
It
Edie.
was Yegev. Damn it.
No. The
Oh,
correct
whoa.
answer is Henry Russo.
Oh,
Fuck, I should have said
Charlie.
Henry.
Oh, good work. Good work.
I knew it too. I
Henry
said
got
it.
voted out.
Henry is because Henry didn't show up in Edie and other people.
He was always swimming. I don't remember what he was doing. He was doing
Right.
some dumb shit.
Sleeping or
literally-
swimming at Crystal. It's ridiculous.
I would guess Yegev and Edie were good guesses.
Yeah.
That's I would guess.
I saw
You wouldn't
Sam's
think
face
that-
light
I
up.
thought Edie was the captain of Scrub Squad, and that's why he got voted out, and that's why Scrub Squad existed.
He was the second captain voted.
But
out.
I think Edie replaced Yegev as
Yeah.
the captain of Scrub Squad because Yegev was like, I need to play with Matt.
Everyone was voted out except for Chris. Those 3 were all voted out. And Henry was the first one. Because Henry started, he drafted Fogel, who broke his wrist. That team was a shit show. Henry didn't come. It was like Yegev and Edie in Waterhouse or something really bad. And they struggled.
Oh, crabby elbows. That's
Oh,
a throwback when you used to throw elbows in the low paint.
Rune frozen again.
Rune's frozen.
All right, I'll close this one out. Thank you to our guest, Charlie Lewis. Pleasure having him. We'll see about 2015 levels, Sam, if Chris Ang can get back to where he was. I think we're going to see a repeat of Rune on top. Charlie, thank you for coming on. We hope
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Lewis.
Good
Had a
job,
great time.
Charlie.
Woo!
All right, guys.
Woo!
Have a good night.